on, you bunch of fucking degenerates? I'm the one, the only, the WOOKIE, joined as always by...
Me, Kevin.
Oh my god, you can't, I was gonna say, can you just say your name for once? I always, like, I give you these softballs, and I feel like you're not taking opportunity, the right opportunities with them.
Lollipopping the shit out of them.
Right, I just kind of, I float them, and you never
I get to it one way or another.
Yeah.
I get to him.
But what's going on?
You're not getting everyone else's time.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody in the chat? Luke, JD. We'll get into your comments. Kevin, you are in the chat as well.
Yeah, apparently London's on fire.
Damien, Abraham, Autumn, everybody, what is going on? Sorry about no SmackDown today. That was a thing that happened. As you can see, we had a slight miscommunication. Well, we didn't. I guess I did. As if you can not already tell, I'm missing a good chunk of hair.
Wait, why is it I can't? I can't see you.
Can you see me?
Hold on. Let's see.
It's all gone.
Ah, wow.
So for those of you listening on the download, the Wookiee has hair. It's there. But the hair that was once there is no longer. Yeah, I took out, I was going to do it. I normally, if I buzz my head, I do it myself, and then I have, the missus clean it up, in the back and all that jazz. But, I was looking through all the guards on the clippers and all that jazz, and I was like, oh, this one looks good. Because I don't know the sizes. I mean, I know what.
So you're not the. Are you? So you're the one to blame for this, or
I am definitely the one to blame for this. Yeah.
It'd be more fun if the man was to blame.
I know, but it's just not the way it happened. I started, and I'm like, this one looks good because I normally cut my hair short this time of year, anyways. But I must use the 1/4 of an inch as opposed to an 1/8 of an inch. Which, like, again, I don't cut hair. I don't know when it comes down to it. Like, I know what an 1/8 of an inch is.
Yeah, I know a guy.
What the fuck does that? What the fuck does that mean? When it comes down to hair, I didn't know it would be like, oh, you're gonna be next to bald. Congrats. Nobody warned me of this. So that was fun. But
I'll just say what it really is.
Yeah.
You saw my look.
You're right. I'm like, man, I gotta steal that sexy ass look. I gotta come get it.
Damn.
I gotta get it. But currently watching the massive. What happened? Why is this fire going on? Current big fire going on in London, I guess, according to Luke. I'm not on Twitter or anything, so I have no idea. I put out my one quick tweet today, or my few. What the hell? Oh, it would help if I could spell Twitter correctly. But I put out my tweet, and I haven't really. I didn't even get to watch SmackDown today, dude. That's how depraved I've been.
Were you in shock of a hairless Wookiee?
Who?
You.
No, I just didn't have time.
You didn't miss much. It was average.
I mean,
it was not a very good go.
I started cutting my hair, and what's funny is I asked Sophie to come help me, and she didn't say a fucking word. She wasn't even like, "Wow, that's really short." She's just like, "Okay." I just went to town, and that was it. So yeah, I mean, I'm not hairless. There's hair there. Just there's a lot. There's not much of it. It's pretty much gone, more or less.
We ran a time experiment on my head and how fast I grow my hair. I shaved it. I mean, I usually do once every 2 days, roughly. I shaved it yesterday, and it took how long?
1 hour.
About 1 hour for me to get stubbles.
Yes, I flew all the way to the UK. And lit that bitch on fire. Somebody told me it was Luke's house. I guess that was improper information. Wrong info was given on that time. Yeah. Why do I have Titus O'Neil is now on 205 Live? Hey, eat it.
Living room. Well, why not?
I mean, he looks like a guy that weighs less than 205 pounds.
Maybe his lower torso.
Oh my God, is there anything worse than the fucking cruiserweights right now?
Anything worse than the cruiserweight?
Besides that Bears segment.
How about last week, Paul Heyman saying, I'm going to release the beast. And last night, promo, pull apart, and no unleashing. That was not good.
Well, Heyman wasn't there, was he? I don't remember seeing him.
Last night?
Yeah.
He was.
Was
he?
He?
Was.
I
You think Brock's going to talk?
I didn't. I just must have not been paying attention.
Well, you were probably more, engaged in joke time for me last night.
It could have been. There was a lot of sillies going on.
Tomfoolery.
A lot of tomfoolery that was happening.
Chicanery. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the jokes. That's probably the best part of my Monday nights is when you and Dan start cracking off jokes.
Well, let me ask everyone in the chat. Do you come for the jokes?
Do you come for the jokes and stay for the veal?
Yeah, I mean that's what I think separates one from the other. Do you come for the jokes? I mean, because that's what we really like to hear.
JD's asking if I'm going live, and it's like, yeah, I am going.
Welcome to being live.
Yeah, I'm going live. We're here. Refresh the page, I guess.
Yeah, I had to do that.
Tell you. But yeah, it was just one of those days where, like, the fucking wheels just fell off. I got everything was going good, and then I got home and just the wheels fucking they fell off, dude.
Your day went to shit.
Like I've had a tough day the way it fucking was already. Had a lot on my mind as of lately. That we'll be going into a different video. One thing I will tell you here for the 10 that have joined us or 9 that have joined us or however many are in the chat at the current time, I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm going to put a link in the chat.
Are you going to explain how to set up take 30 seconds out of your day to go to Spreaker?
Not so much because okay. I'm going to kind of because they're here. Wookie, did you do it? I don't know what you mean, did I do it? No, I did not start a fire in London, somewhere that's thousands of miles away from me. No, that definitely did not happen.
Uncle Curry? Jesus.
Shit.
Sims are just not
I'm going to give you this one. Okay, there's the Spreaker.
He's not Randy Orton. He doesn't burn things.
What?
You're not Randy Orton. You're not an arsonist.
Yeah, I'm not an arsonist. But I'm going to tell you this. You need to go to that one right there, as you see it.
It's in yellow.
I don't remember my username. I don't remember my username for Twitch. Shit. That's not good. I really can't remember my username for Twitch. And I wanted to send me my username, but I can't remember. But we'll do this. I'll get you guys. I'm going to tell you, follow me. If you're not already following me on Twitch, you need to start. If you're not following me on VidMe, you need to start.
What is VidMe?
VidMe is kind of like a YouTube.
Oh, okay.
But you don't have the restrictions that you do elsewhere.
There's no chains on you?
Right. You don't have the restrictions. So
yeah, because YouTube is dying, everyone.
YouTube is dying, and I'm really
slow down.
I am really getting tired of the restrictions. I'm really getting tired. I'm really getting tired of a lot of things on YouTube. So I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you that right now. Follow me there on VidMe, and I'll get you the VidMe. VidMe.com. I'll get you all the links you need. Silent Spider, what are you doing down there, man? You're like, you're going crazy over there. But if you're not following me on VidMe, I suggest you do. If you're not following me on Twitch, I suggest you do. If you're not following us on the ropes, I suggest you do.
Hey, you can follow me on Twitter
And you can
can
follow
follow
Kevin on
me.
Twitter.
at Issues Wrestling.
Right. You can follow Kevin on Twitter at Issues Wrestling.
Oh, I want to say something to Luke real fast about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I swear to you, I thought I was following you, and then I found out I was.
Dude,
I'm like,
Twitter does weird shit too, though.
dude, I swear I thought I did. And when he sang that yesterday, I'm going, what the holy shit? I thought I was. And then
Twitter does weird things, dude. It'll unfollow you. It'll do weird shit. Trust you, me.
Well, Luke, I am following you now. So there you go.
So what did I mean by the beginning of the end? I'm gonna tell you right now. That's a wait and see. It's something that I've been putting a lot of thought into as of late. And I'm just telling you, I'm giving you guys the forewarning of all this.
Well, I'll be damned. I found something. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, I'm giving you guys
That
the
Ryu is
forewarning.
real.
Oh my God, stop that. I'm giving you guys the forewarning. Go follow me there. That's all I'm gonna say. If you're not following me on, all my shit is fucking gone on Twitch. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. That's fine though. I can figure that out. But there's the Twitch. There's the VidMe. Excuse me. There's the Twitch. There's the VidMe, and then I just need the ropes. So
I don't
go follow those 3 platforms. And if nothing comes of this and I change my mind on the decision I think I've kind of made earlier today, nothing will happen, but now you have more ways to follow me. Not only that, I'm doing shit on VidMe that I'm not doing on Twitter, or that I'm not doing on YouTube.
He's making soups from scratch.
Well, no, fucking YouTube. Like, YouTube's a prick sometimes. You know, YouTube doesn't allow you to do a lot of things. So I went through all the trouble, and am I quieting? No, I'm not quieting. I went through all the damn trouble. I'm quieting. Yep, I'm quieting. But no, I went through all the trouble to do all this stuff for YouTube, and YouTube basically told me to go fuck myself, more or less, and not so many words. But like I said, follow me on those 3 platforms. Those may be the platforms of the future. But like I said, I don't want to. I was a little brash today. I was a little upset. I was a little pissed off. You know, shit happens. So, am I quitting YouTube?
Are you quieting too?
I'm quieting YouTube. YouTube's quieting me. But am I quitting YouTube? On the short, no. But on the long term, we'll see. Like I said, I'm going to do another video about it. We can talk about it then. So, let's get into what happened this week, I suppose, in the raw world of wrestling.
Wait, the Raw world or
The
just
raw world of wrestling.
okay.
That's a bad pun.
Okay,
That's a bad pun.
Don't
go with that. That's a horrible pun. I don't even want to talk about that.
Raw is painful to watch.
I don't think Raw was that painful. Raw did not bother me all
you
too
make
much.
Bailey look like a creepy ass. I don't know what the hell that was. I did like the Joe and Lesnar pull apart. I mean, but it's still fucking hard to screw up a pull apart. But last week, released the beast and has the promo.
I think they should have let Brock do something. I don't want to say crazy backstage.
Yeah.
Maybe let Brock go a little. You know, maybe Brock's flipping crates.
Go on a man.
Or something. Let the beast be the beast. You know what I mean? Let him fucking go a little bit batshit in the back. I mean, if he's the beast, You know, I mean,
Or have him come out and like fuck up a match or two. Who cares?
the whole thing is that, like, okay, you want to say Heyman didn't unleash the beast. Well, you did have a pull apart. You know what I mean? So it wasn't
Yeah,
really
I mean, yeah,
Heyman's. It wasn't really Heyman's. It wasn't really Heyman's decision. On
okay,
that
but
point.
what time? What time did that segment start?
I couldn't.
I will tell you.
9
I will tell you.
o'clock.
7 o'clock. It let off. It let off.
You guys know my feelings about the bear. I'm sure we'll get into that fucking atrocious.
No,
bear.
no, we won't.
we're gonna try to steer clear of that bear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that bear segment. I couldn't believe that made TV.
I want you all to remember, you had a former champion, and the champion playing the ex-champion playing a bear. So you had the former ECW, the last ECW heavyweight champion, and Heath Slater in a match with a guy in a bear outfit.
It was good to see Slater and Rhino for once, though.
And most TV time they've had in a while. It's just, come on.
Well, see, here's the deal, Luke. Okay, so like we want to talk about quitting YouTube, but the whole thing is like, yes, I am bald. The whole thing is like, I don't want to say I'm quitting. I'm just, if anything, I'm shifting platforms.
Migrating.
It's not quitting. It's just shifting. Like everything is staying the same. You know, it's just shift. It's a shifting of a platform. There's certain things I can do on Twitch that I can't do on YouTube. I can't show you guys the screen on YouTube, yet every week somebody wants to see the fucking screen. You know what I mean? Like,
show me the screen.
I want to see. Well, you know, I can maybe kind of do that on Twitch. I haven't really honestly looked into it yet, but you know, maybe that's something I can do on Twitch, or another platform. That's the reason I gave you the Twitch links. I gave you the VidMe links because I have a lot more freedom on VidMe to do stuff, and I gave you the ropes link. Those are the links you need.
Spread our wings, watch us fly.
Right, absolutely. So we're gonna see where it goes from there. But like I said, I'm not sold on this whole like I'm quitting YouTube because I'm not necessarily saying I'm quitting. I'm just saying like, hey, I'm gonna give you guys the rundown. If something were to happen where all of a sudden I'm just not fucking there, you know where to find me. I think that's pretty self-explanatory and easy. But anyways,
I understand it.
Anyways, let's move on from this. I thought Brock and I can't remember his name now. Joe was a pretty good segment. Thought it was a good segment. I enjoyed it. Thumbs up from the
I
wiki.
thought the segment was good. I'm not saying the segment wasn't good. I just did the payoff from last week. Heyman saying, "You think you need to come to Raw to unleash the beast," and it fell flat. I wanted him to come out there and beat the shit out of a couple people. That's what Brock does best. I mean,
they did go at each other.
Right, but I'm saying, let's just say to whoever you had, you could throw up whatever sacrificial lamb you have on that damn roster. And
all right, hold on one second. Teddy Hart. No, I am not definitely leaving YouTube. That's all I'm going to say.
Haven't you already said that, though?
I've said it like 4 times now.
Well, the real Teddy Hart is an idiot, so...
Yeah.
I mean,
well, you know. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Teddy Hart. I'm thinking of another idiot in the wrestling family.
You're going to be specific to that.
Yeah, and see, like, JD is like, all I have is YouTube. Like, you don't have a Twitch. You don't have, I mean, VidMe. VidMe is probably the next one that's going to take over for YouTube. YouTube's becoming too much... How do I explain
corporate.
that?
Corporate.
They're becoming very corporate. It's not what YouTube used to be. And if you haven't made it, like, if you didn't make it 5 years ago, I don't know if you even stand a prayer nowadays. That's the thing I wonder is if you didn't somewhat make it or have a decent sized following from 5 years ago, do you stand a chance? Because the way YouTube does it is basically they do it based upon daily number of returning users, right? So
traffic.
Ryan, Luke, JD, Teddy, Spider wasn't in yesterday's stream, but he's here today. If you've returned to the channel now today. Now here's the thing: if I don't do something tomorrow, I lose my push from YouTube. If I don't do something the next day, you lose your push from YouTube. If you don't do something the next day, you lose your push, so on and so forth.
It's content.
So basically, every time you don't upload and people aren't returning to your channel, YouTube decides to push you less and less and less and less. So, yeah. I mean, VidMe, I think you can sign in with Facebook or Twitter even, or you probably can just do it with a Gmail account.
I love reading this. All we have is YouTube. And here's again, all we have is YouTube. No, you don't. You just go type in www whatever .twitch.com or VidMe whatever, and there you go.
See, and I almost agree with Luke. Seconds. He says VidMe definitely is going to take over YouTube within the next 2 years. I don't know about the next 2 years because YouTube's still definitely a force to be reckoned with.
10 years.
Once they get in some form of monetization program, which they've come a long way from where they were, say, just 6 months ago, where there was no monetization whatsoever over on VidMe. Now VidMe at least has, like, the donations where you can get donated to. And, the thing is, like, the cut you get from YouTube is just so shit. So it's like, why, I don't know, delusions of grandeur, maybe, but back to wrestling, damn it.
You better be pumping that Trisha Paytas.
Ooh, Trisha Paytas. I'll pump her. Full of antibiotic. Ha ha! So, okay, so you sent me this article. I guess let's get into this since we've really gone off into, like, territory to the left and to the right.
To the ether.
To the ether. You sent me an article, and I'm not a big fan of it. And you know why I'm not a fan of it. You sent me the article.
Yes.
Basically, it was Raw's ratings. So I'm gonna put that on screen for you guys right now. I'll move my shit out of the way, but you can see 2-7, 2-5, 2-3. Hour 3 was what they're calling. What are they calling it? Bottoms out. Which
game did now the first hour. What was the first hour?
2-7.
2-7 with Brock and Joe. Game wasn't on. No, it was not on. So I would say that's modest.
Okay.
But everything else, the last night's finals game.
Well, I mean,
it was never in doubt.
It was a what did you say?
I don't think it was in doubt.
What wasn't in doubt?
I thought the Cavs went away slowly into the night.
Well, I think a lot. I think after what happened, take it easy, Jose. Thanks for stopping by, my man. I barely saw you slip in here, but wow, Twitch is like taking forever. I don't know what's going on here. But I think after kind of what happened in Game 4, I think there was a lot of interest. Even I was interested. I had no interest in the NBA Finals, to be honest with you, until I found out what happened in Game 4, and then I'm like, oh, hell no.
Right, but then you can find the opposite there. You can, well, if they're just, if there's some kind of fix-in, why bother fucking watching it? People are going to think that, or did think that.
No,
you'd be surprised.
People like to bitch. People like to bitch.
Those are people who watch the USA Network on Monday nights from 7 to 10.
Exactly. Well, that's the same question. It's the same question. It's so funny because a lot of the times I hear the same complaints and the same bitching about the same product, and then that's my question. Why are you watching?
If you don't like it, you can turn the TV. Turn the
Right.
channel.
But yet people come back in week and week out.
It's because of a dedicate. It's a dedication to something you like, and where Stephanie McMahon has done as the demon, the succubus, the operator of hell, like to call her. They're taking a product and making it worse, and because their damn fingerprints are all over Raw. I mean, it would take quite a bleaching, if you would, to fix some of this stuff. And I'm just strictly speaking creative. As a marketer, as the show is marketed, as the company is marketed, they're fine. And and you and I we're always going to have this rating until the talk of the ratings goes away. But we are always going to have this back and forth on it. And I explained this to you the other day when we were on the phone. And I said, it's not so much the ratings that I'm saying. I'm saying the popularity is waning.
Oh, don't forget, Silent Spider brings up actually a really good point that I didn't even think about. E3 was also going on this week too. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
E3 has become bigger and bigger and bigger as video games become bigger and bigger and bigger. More people are paying attention to E3.
When is South by Southwest?
What is what?
One in Texas, South by Southwest.
You mean PAX?
No, SW. SX or something.
I have no idea.
It's a video game thing.
See, those conventions have become really big too. Yeah. Like really big. Like PAX East is legitimately fucking sold out every year. I was gonna try to go to a PAX once, and I'm not kidding you. I was gonna order my tickets. It was 6 months before the event, sold out. Couldn't even get a ticket.
Wow.
6 months. So that means you had to be like on your shit well before 6 months.
Well, like a year prior.
Like a year prior, just to get a ticket to PAX. Which, if you think about that, that's crazy. I mean, it's really good for them because, hey, they're selling this shit out. But if you're anybody else, well, good luck to you. Okay, so Teddy Hart. VidMe is very similar to... VidMe is very similar to YouTube, where people make videos, they upload videos, and
Stockholm Syndrome, WOOKIE, you're damn right.
They make videos and they upload videos. It's very similar to YouTube. A lot of your favorite YouTubers are now actually coming over to VidMe, but VidMe gives us a little more
freedom.
Gives me a little more freedom. I don't have to deal with YouTube's copyright bullshit. I don't got to deal with a lot of different things here. A lot of things that I deal with on YouTube over on VidMe. Excuse me. However, VidMe is a much smaller website, but it's gaining steam.
Which is good.
Pretty quick. I mean, you do have the option to monetize, I guess, now. There is a monetization tab now.
Wow.
Now that I'm looking at it, so it's really really interesting. Very, very interesting. But you cannot stream on VidMe as of yet. They have been working on it, but it's just one of those things. Nothing as of yet can you stream. That's why I also gave you Twitch, because Twitch is a streaming service. That's all Twitch does. There are no videos on Twitch. Everybody is simply just streaming. That's it. Make sense?
I got you.
So it's two
I
different
understand.
services that, yes, do the same thing as it's two different services that technically do the same thing as YouTube. However, Twitch focuses mainly on streaming. So, like, their streaming service is better, if I can say that. I would tell you it's probably just better. Whereas, you know, YouTube does it okay, but Twitch just does it better. Like, you know how I get choppy in certain segments? A lot of that has to do, with YouTube itself. So, it's just the way it is. There's nothing I can do about it. But ratings, where did we leave off? I'm sorry, since we got again off the rails. Here we go.
Well, we were talking about the competition from the NBA Finals.
Right.
We had that first hour, but the first hour, like I said, you didn't have the game going on. So there you go. I think next Monday will be very interesting. Well, I'm sorry, Tuesday night it'll be interesting to find out what the ratings were for that past Monday. Next Monday's Raw. And wondering what they do. You won't have Brock. You won't have the lore of Brock on this show. You know, you dropped with 225,000 hour, 1 at hour 2. The third hour from the 9 to 10 here in the central time zone, they dropped another, say, 225. Down. What was it? 400,000 total from last week. I'm not saying this is the be all end all, but you've got your ad revenue coming in are lower ticket items. You don't have a car company. You don't have like jewelry or nothing like that. You know, like Apple or whatever. You got these lower. You got Taco Bell, Mountain Dew. Congratulations.
Well, okay.
You're appealing. You're appealing to the trailer park.
I have a problem with that. Because
well,
Taco
that's just
Bell,
gonna give them the money.
These guys are no slouches.
They're no slouches because you say that because you see one every 5 blocks.
And I love Taco Bell.
I'm not saying, well, I can eat about once a year, but you see one of them every, 4 or 5 blocks. It doesn't make it, just because you spend $5, $6 on a number 3, doesn't exactly mean when you hit your car lot, and you see when they're spending, $22,000, what the fuck ever, WWE and USA and NBC Universal, I did find out the contract is up in 2019.
Okay. So do you think there's any legs to what I was talking about before that? When you and I were speaking, me and Kevin speak, and I said that maybe, just maybe, I wonder if that it's over in 2019. Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if WWE is not literally tanking their ratings right now so that next year they can crush the shit out of it. Because think about it. You can prove a year-over-year growth. And they're not going to go back 5 years. You know what I mean? They're going to go back, maybe a year or 2.
Well, this is also what I thought.
So
I was
right now
on
we're at
board
a
this last year.
Right now we're at a 2. We'll just say we're at a 2.5, just to make life easy. But let's say next year they decide to pull their heads out of their asses, give us some really fucking good storylines. Maybe call a Rock, an Austin, get these guys. Not saying
No.
wrestling, but back in the business. Maybe it's not Rock
Just,
or
just,
Austin.
well, but looking like this, you don't have. I mean, think about it. You had I know everyone was always bitching about the Raw guest host for this week and that, and the week after, or what the hell ever, a few years ago. And I agree they did that ad nauseum. But you had, I don't care if it's Seth Green or, Hugh Jackman. It doesn't matter. You're not getting that now. That's just not happening. It's just not happening.
Luke,
now
they can recognize a tank, but they can also prove a year-over-year growth.
You're not gonna tank now, and I can tell you why. Because when you did the brand split, which is essentially, in a way, rebranding. Now, if you are going to do this, yes, the stock price goes down, and when you rebrand, everything, all revenue and merch sales, everything will come up in the black instead of the red because you've rebranded. So you have only really to go up. But it will either plateau. I mean, I guess it could go higher up. It just depends on, how well they're doing. But let's just face facts. I don't see them ever pulling in. I would highly doubt they would even break 4. And I'm talking fever pitch.
But I'm not saying 4, but I'm saying like if they drive it down, and then maybe they pull in 1 million more viewers.
The only way the only reason why they would do this is to for rebranding, yeah, but they've already done that though. When you did the brand split, that's another form of rebranding because they can show the popularity of SmackDown, its numbers, the popularity and the numbers of Raw. They were that arrogant and ignorant to believe that Raw would just be at 3 million, roughly 3.5 every week because they stacked those rosters. Remember, last year they stacked them up, and we all said, everyone was like, "Wow, SmackDown got the Raw in that deal." And my words were after the draft, I said, SmackDown has only room to grow, and they did. They did it again when they did this Superstar Shake-Up.
Right.
And they stripped it down to the studs. As AJ so nicely said, SmackDown makes them, Raw takes them. And he was more right than he can ever possibly imagine.
Right.
But the only reason why if you're gonna tank, it would be to lower the stock price, so then you could gain more control by buying up, left and right on stocks. And that's the only reason why you do it. If Vince, and there's no way he's going to do it now, if he was going to go from an IPO back to private company. It's a private company, then he has more wiggle room, so to speak, to make seedy decisions like he's done before. That would be the only reason. But he's not going to do that because he gets a lot of money from stocks.
Why the hell am I bald? Well, Pharaoh, you should come in on time, and maybe you'll get your questions answered. That's all I'm saying. If you'd have been here on time, I'm not going to go through the story
He
again.
He lost a match with the Clippers
With a lawnmower. I just found that interesting that maybe they're maybe they're tanking it so they're gonna, and if they crank it up a little bit, and this could be another gross miscalculation.
Let me
by the
ask you a
WWE.
question. Let me ask you a question. If let's just say they were to tank it, and let's say from now till 2018 starts.
Mm-hmm.
If you're any advertisers, and this is where they're hurting at. One of the areas where it can't be disputed because of who wants to sell to them or use a platform sell. My question to you is, if you think they're going to tank, that only hurts the bottom line.
You just made the list.
Because a lot of these companies sign, going 3-4 year deals, sell my, bullshit ass, Happy Meals or what the hell ever on your programming.
I'm not sure who just subscribed. Somebody just subscribed. It went off, but I didn't get to see it. So if you did just subscribe, thank you much. We do appreciate it. But I don't know if it was Muhammad or who it was. Not 100% sure, but thank you for that subscription. We greatly do appreciate it around here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about that, and the more I think about it, the more it kind of makes sense.
And what would that do to your
See, and this is my thought.
To your TV money, because TV revenue is huge with them.
No, absolutely, but that's what I'm saying. If you're tanking now to prove, now would be the time if you're going to do it. That way, when you go to the bargaining table in, what did you say, 2019?
Yeah, I don't know when the month is, but it's 20.
You can prove a year-over-year increase, and if you can prove a large year-over-year increase, that's pretty fucking good. They like that.
I'll grant you that. I'll grant, but let's just say, what as Janet Jackson so nicely put it, what have you done for me lately? And
but when you come down to contracts, it's not what have you done for me lately. And all WWE has to say is we've consistently, week in and week out, provided you with the number one rated TV show in the 18 to 49 demographic. It's that simple, and it is that simple.
Well, they said how I read an article the other day talking about how the wrestling fans are getting older.
They are.
Well, no, I mean that's sad. It's very sad.
I mean, I'm getting older by the second over here.
We all are. I tell you, my lower back is bothering me.
Did you see the news about our favorite girl? As we're going to kind of try to wrap this up here pretty soon. I know we didn't spend a lot of time on wrestling, but we'll get there.
Yeah, we missed my target for today.
What was your target for today?
Yo, bro.
What?
Mr. Russo.
Oh, we'll get fucking Russo. I was gonna go in.
Russo.
I was gonna go into it, and then I found this article.
Okay.
Paige training for WWE return.
I saw this.
She is releasing photos.
Of course she is.
She has her.
Are they videos? Does she have a white substance on her? Or
nope,
a liquid on
she's got her clothes on for these.
That's good.
I mean, most of them anyways. And the thing I think is fucked up, Alberto El Patron is nowhere to be seen in any of these. Trouble in Paradise?
No,
or is she just trying to distance? I mean, is she trying to distance herself from them?
This crazy beach away from me.
Being that, he's basically bad for her career.
He's fantastic. Boy, if you put it like that, I've always said that he's got nothing to lose because that guy's got no problem finding work. No problem. He's never had an issue finding employment, whether it be in Lucha, WWE, in I guess he kind of works for Global Force if he's a champion.
Well, Global Force.
I would assume
is-
so.
Global Force.
I don't know.
Is
if
TNA.
Global Force. Yeah, exactly. Well, they had the merger. It's a great merger.
I thought it was funny that she's back training to be back with the WWE. It's like, are you naive? Are you dumb? Do you not know what you did and the videos that were released and all the shit that your fiance, boyfriend, whatever the hell we're calling him nowadays?
Does she not understand, though, how replaceable she has become or is now?
I don't think so, because the WWE is still desperate for women.
Not that headache. Not that. No. No. I'm telling you, if I was them, I've told you this a million times, and I'll say it again to everyone who has never heard me say this. WWE will not put her back on TV. I predicted this. They will let that contract ride out. You will have a 27, 28-year-old, so was it Soraya Beavis or what the hell ever. You have a 27, 28-year-old Paige who has not been to that point for 3 years. There's going to be no value for that. There might be, but it will have shrunk dramatically.
Sure, I can agree with you on that
It's not going to end. This is not going to end well. If anyone wants to say, well, they wouldn't do that out of spite. Well, then if you say that to me, then apparently then whoever says that has zero clue of who you're talking about in Vince McMahon, the McMahon family, and how they operate there.
I'm just I am also looking at the newest picture of Braun Strowman after surgery.
Apparently he's cleared, I've heard. Also, Dash Wilder is cleared.
Oh, that arm don't look cleared unless that's a really fucking good makeup job.
I heard I saw some reports.
I don't know if you're watching still on the stream.
I am.
But yeah, you guys are showing. I'm showing it to everybody in the stream right now. That's Braun Strowman and his arm.
You didn't. I'm surprised you didn't see that.
That arm does not look pretty. That's for sure. I'll tell you that much. That arm does not look like he's ready to come back tomorrow.
Well, I don't know about that.
A couple weeks.
I'm
maybe.
going to send you this.
Oh boy, no more nudes, Kevin.
Sure.
I see Dash Wilder cleared to return to the ring.
Go to my Twitter. I want you to go to my Twitter at Issues Wrestling. Go to my Twitter, and I want you to read that. Read what he's done or what they have done to just look at it.
What am I looking for now?
Just look what I just tweeted.
Yeah, John Cena, right?
Read what it says, though.
Billed as an agent in his last return.
Free agent.
I was just about to get into that. I just pulled up the article, actually.
I think I know what they're going to do at SummerSlam.
Okay. I'm interested.
The big dog.
Are they doing a passing of the torch?
As much as we all are going to vomit, yes. Because you're going to get Brock and Strowman. You're going to get Brock. I firmly believe you get Brock and Strowman. I think you're going to get Kurt Angle, everyone. Yes, Kurt Angle and Hunter. I think you get Captain America. But see, Captain America could come back on. He's coming back on 4th of July.
By the way, Captain America is John Cena.
Yes. Sorry.
For those of you who aren't following along, Captain America is John
But
Cena.
you could have Cena win the title. There's your breaking of Flair's record. It will be such a... I know. And then whomever... and
what a waste.
See, now,
waste.
you only can do that with a heel coming in to cash in and the stupid-ass rumors of Corbin.
Yep.
Because we kind of said, remember, going back, to late last year, we all were talking, going, a lot of us were saying in the wrestling community, I could see them giving Corbin, a 3-month run with the title.
I still
Come
see
around
it.
SummerSlam. So we're gonna get one of those two things. He's gonna either facing Jinder at SummerSlam, or he's facing the big dog.
The hell was that?
Oh.
It's like Twitch, just like not Twitch, but strange.
Right.
Either way, Skype did so. It was like it hung up a call, and I'm like, yeah, but I still hear Kevin. And this just in, somebody stole Nick Jackson's bag with $2,000, 2 passports, and other stuff. If anybody cared.
Super kick that.
Super kick that. For those of you who don't know who Nick Jackson is, he is one half of the Young Bucks.
His brother's name is Matt.
Yep, this is a true story.
I just found this all interesting because either one is going to happen. Because Roman's going to make this big announcement about SummerSlam come next week. He's going to go out there.
He's going to challenge John.
I do, because the free agent billing there, that was the key. I don't understand why they would say that, because they can make their own damn reality, have an interpromotional match, right? Remember what they did last year at SummerSlam? Brock and Orton? Here's the funny thing. Lindsay's never seen that match.
Oh, really?
I want her to see her boyfriend get pummeled to shoulder.
Just couldn't stomach it, huh?
No, she's never saw it. It was just by the off chance. And I just want to show her him getting his teeth kicked down his fucking throat.
You know, speaking of...
Huh? What'd you say? What'd you say?
I said, I'll cry.
Oh, she said she'll cry.
She'll cry.
No,
anyways,
it's great TV. Almost as good as Endo.
I was just looking at this real fucking quick. I find it awfully funny. Remember the rumors about Mike Bennett and Maria Bennett being backstage at SmackDown like 2 months ago?
Yeah, those have really been distinguished.
Those never panned out, did they?
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, you got anything else you want to get into, Home Skillet? I think we'll pack it up for tonight. I've had enough fun. Kind of a shorter episode of The Ropes, but you and I got to do another one. I got to find out when you're available this week.
Well, hey, we're going to do a Sunday post, right?
We're going to do a Sunday post, but we got to do We got to do a predictions.
Oh yeah, we do. We
got to do we got to do a predictions show.
We also forgot to talk about people getting divorced and everything.
Oh, Bray getting a divorce because he's...
Oh, Bray.
He's... Out of all the fucking people.
I want to talk to you about sexual education.
Did you see that one? I mean, of all the people on the roster, JoJo could be sleeping with.
Well, JoJo was the one who fucked Orton after he got divorced.
Allegedly.
Oh, okay.
Allegedly.
Okay. Is that what we're saying now?
There's no proof, but I'll give it to you.
Here, let me find the picture then.
Wait, what? There's a picture?
JoJo.
No,
I wonder what's gonna pop up here. JoJo. First thing it says, JoJo Bray Wyatt.
But of all the fucking people, Bray? I didn't, Randy I can get. JoJo and Randy, fine. I can understand that.
The Google search, the second thing, okay, the first thing comes up, JoJo Randy. The second thing, JoJo Randy Orton. Okay, here we go.
I gotta find this picture.
Go ahead, go Google. There she is. There's Randall. That is definitely not Photoshopped.
No, it's not Photoshop, but they're not doing the horizontal.
I'm not saying it's a porn.
I understand that, but a picture's a picture, dude. I mean, I've taken pictures.
Okay, they look okay. If I never saw this picture before,
it's a selfie.
I would look and say they're fucking.
I'm gonna show it for you guys. It's a selfie. That's definitely a selfie. You can see one Randall Keith's Orton arm coming out to take the picture.
Here we go.
This.
JoJo Offerman's dating history. 5 fast facts.
I'm in just images, but okay.
On Total Divas, she broke up with her boyfriend, her high school boyfriend. This guy looks like a chode. Doofus. She dated Justin Gabriel. Really?
Continue.
She was there were rumors that she briefly dated Randy Orton.
Okay,
2013. There were
wasn't
rumors.
That in between wives? I thought that was in between wives.
Samantha.
For Randy.
Name was Samantha. Yeah, yes. In September 2013, she started dating wrestler Jesse White, and what about that?
I don't even know who that is. Not a clue. But I'm just saying, of all the people on the roster she could have picked from, Wyatt? Really? That's your choice? That's the guy who you're going to hang your hat on?
Maybe, have conversation. What happens?
Chug a bottle of wine in 18 seconds.
Yeah. Chug a bottle of wine, yeah. I know a lady can do that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it and I'm just like, I don't
See,
see it.
I want to stream that.
You want to stream your old lady chugging a bottle of wine in 16 seconds?
Yeah. See, but I want her to practice. I want her to beat old records.
So you want her to do better than 18 seconds?
Yes. Because I think she's got the chops to do more.
Do you know? I didn't know JoJo was on Total Divas. I might have watched more if I knew she was on Total Divas.
Well, yeah,
I might have watched more than my Never. If I,
I keep on telling you, Total Divas is the guilty pleasure of car crashes, of the Hindenburg. Like the people are so terrible, except for whatever Usos married to Naomi, him and Naomi.
Yeah, whatever.
Both.
We knew that. That one doesn't surprise me.
Right, but I'm saying, Natty is a legit crazy woman.
Yeah.
And a crazy cat lady.
Sure.
You have very vapid human beings on that show. Very vapid. Let's see. Well, you did have Paige, and she's gone. And like I said, she ain't coming back.
We'll see.
Even though that would make for a good episode, though, her return.
We'll see.
On Total Divas.
But yeah, I'm just like I said, of all the people, Bray Wyatt, I did not see that one coming. I saw Nakamura getting a piece of that before Bray.
Really? You saw Nakamura
before Bray?
Yeah.
Bray? The guy
okay.
what do you call him? The
say.
basis for Power Band 5000 or whatever? Fear Factory. I'm sorry. I always forget what band you pull out, but that's the guy the basis for Fear Factory. He's the one that, is banging
at one
7.
Time looked like a really 7?
8? Would you give her an 8?
Yeah. I would. I think you're on point there. I'm not that surprised about it, though. I mean, to be completely honest, they're on the road 300 days of the year, and they apparently don't do drugs anymore.
Fucking Triple H needs to give me a fucking title belt. He's just handing them away. He just gave one to the Penguins. Now he's giving one to the Golden State.
Yeah.
Fuck, I mean, if you just got a stockpile of these, I could really fucking use one.
Yeah, you could. Yes.
I'll walk around with it everywhere. Ooh, when is Pentagon gonna be in the area? Oh, never mind. That's a shame. That's too far away from me. I'm not traveling to the great land of Minnesota.
No.
Oh, no. I mean, a good little roster for like a meet and greet. Let's see, we got. I can't see who that is. Let me zoom in here. You got Sabu, where you know where that money's going to. No offense to Sabu, but oops, you know where that money's going to.
It's called
you got Jason,
alcohol.
You got Jason Jordan and Justin Gabriel.
Really? Jason Jordan and Justin Gabriel?
I'm sorry, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable.
There you go. I'm like, huh?
I'm fucking smoking shit.
That threw me off for a minute.
Magnum TA, Wes Briscoe.
No, I would like to see Terry Allen. I would like to see Terry Allen.
Wes Briscoe. Baron von Raschke. I don't know who he is.
Baron von Raschke, old AWA. He's a legend.
You want to pat me on the head? If I can get tan enough, I can look just. I think I can look just like fucking what's his name? Why can't I remember his name? He does a podcast too. But either way, Larry Henning.
Oh, Larry the X. That's Kurt Henning's father.
Right. He's got to be old though.
He is old.
Let's see. He's got to be fucking ancient. J.J. Dillon. Meh.
James J. Dillon. No, that's a match of the Four Horsemen. Don't meh that. How dare ye?
Not excited. Dan Gable. I don't know who Dan Gable is.
He's an Olympic wrestler.
No, they have not. Ty Dillinger and American Alpha have not been fired. They're just not being used.
They're on milk cartons.
Yeah, they're on milk cartons. Jim Ross.
Of course.
That's an exciting one. That's an exciting one.
Yeah.
Jerry Briscoe. That's a meh. I'm going to give that a meh.
No,
I'm sorry,
Jerry Briscoe.
Joe Rogan. Thank you, Luke. I can look just like Joe Rogan.
Jerry Briscoe is a legend. Don't meh that. No. You need to unmiss some of these guys.
Okay, I'll J.J. Dillon. I'll unmiss.
No, I mean, I think you're too trigger happy on the miss. Who else?
Magnum TA just doesn't do it for me.
Before Magnum's car accident, he was going to be the man. Believe me, he was.
And Wes Briscoe, does he do anything for you?
Nope. Okay. You can meh that.
I did.
I will give you
Brian B. Blair or B. Brian
Blair.
I don't know who he is. Educate me, sir.
Jumpin' Jim Brunzell were the Killer Bees in the WWF. They were also in AWA as well. Legend.
Yeah, dude, they're at this. It's not a show. It's like an autograph signing.
That's it.
Yeah, it's 130. Oh no, there's three more. You got Penta El Om, which you know who that is.
Pentagon.
That's Pentagon.
You can't use his name because stupid ass.
Yeah. Shelton Benjamin.
Of course, he's. There's a lot of Minnesota connections up here.
And Chuck Taylor. I don't know who Chuck Taylor is.
He's an indie wrestler.
He's just an indie wrestler. But for $130, you get your meals on Thursday and Saturday paid for. Thursday at 5:30. Jason Sanderson reception at the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. Dan Gable.
Shows you how to do cocaine.
I thought this said this. Oh no, this is in Waterloo. Yeah, it's in Waterloo, Iowa.
That's in Waterloo, Iowa.
Yeah. I thought this said Iowa's not that far away from me. Open mic and pro wrestling trivia at 9:30. Friday evaluation and Hall of Fame classic show at Friday at 3 p.m.
Hey Luke, don't meh me so much either. It's too much meh there. That's a lot
Friday there's a live podcast at 3, and then at 6:30 Impact Pro Wrestling evening. Oh boy,
Are you
Scheduled.
serious? Are they going to pay people like they did in India?
I don't think this is Impact Pro Wrestling like we think of it. Because scheduled to appear Sabu, Stan Hansen, Jay Briscoe, Jim Ross, JJ
Stan
Dillon.
Hansen?
Yeah, I said
Wait.
Stan Hansen.
I didn't hear you say that.
It was the first name I said.
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
Then there's an
Wait,
after
so
part.
this is not a show.
No, this is like a meet and greet. I said that right in the beginning again. This is like a meet and greet. Meet and
'Cause
greet,
I'm like,
autographs,
what the
dinners,
fuck?
induction ceremonies.
I mean, Stan Hansen was blind in the 70s and the 80s. I'm sure the eyesight's not improved.
Well, maybe he's got a helper dog or something now. But yeah, they it's like a whole weekend, like Thursday to Saturday.
Stan Hansen comes off the rope to the lariat and goes, "My helper dog."
So yeah, nothing's. Yeah, I could dig going to that. I was not that far of a drive, but what are the plans for the week? Nothing is really changing as of this point. We're gonna do Lucha tomorrow. I don't know if I'm gonna do TNA or if we're gonna do some Supercard. Yeah, that sneaky Sophie. She always gets in here. We're gonna do either TNA or Supercard. We got to get a predictions show out sometime this week. When we do that, I'm not sure. And then Saturday, we'll figure something out. We'll probably do the bottom rope Saturday. Sunday, we have Money in the Bank, and then we'll be doing the post show right afterwards.
Skank.
So, guys, it's been a blast. We're gonna. I think we're gonna call it a night.
Yeah.
I'm pooped. I've had fun today, as you can tell.
He's had hair
You'll
loss.
video for me? All right. But, guys, thank you for being so, I guess you can say, so understanding with what happened today. We will see you guys tomorrow for Lucha Lucha Underground, and then we'll kind of play it by ear, but we're going to keep going, and we'll see you then.